And, you know, each time I've come back and they've had my stuff, and it's like, cool, we're good to go. But just note, the reason I mentioned these first two times is this place has a history of not having shit hot and ready. And again, on the busiest street, one of the busiest streets in one of the busiest cities in my state, you should have the rotation pretty well down that shouldn't happen to you very often. So the fact that I went in twice, both times, without fail, oh, we don't have this. It's like, okay. Kind of a little but why though, but okay. And there's two reasons why I'm kind of not going crazy with it on these pulls. One is because they have healers, and that complicates things. It makes things a lot harder. Fuck. I mean, we almost have all the blossoms that we need, but still, I kind of want these kills. I just want the blossoms to go, lady. Like, I'd appreciate that. And, like, leave the kills so that I could maybe try getting crazy with it. There we go. 6 out of 6. So anyways. But I digress. Anyways, so I show up this third time. And this time I know I'm probably gonna have to wait. Because not only I was having a good day. I was like, you know, I got some of that fat tax money coming in. You know, everything's going well. I was finally able to file online for fucking once in my goddamn life, which was awesome. I've never been able to do that before because they always finds a way to fuck up. It's like, oh, you gotta mail this in. It's like, fuck you. You know, that's always sucked. It's always been a hassle, but this time I was like, oh, I finally e-file and shit. It's fucking awesome. You know, feeling good. I'm getting some good moolah. Like, yo, roommate pizza on me, dog. Like, whatever you want and shit. I was like, I'm gonna go fucking celebrate. I'm gonna go on a goddamn bender, you know what I mean? Which I kind of did. Because I was like, you know, like, I want a Hawaiian, but I'm also gonna get myself pep too, you know? Just have some leftovers for the next couple days. Like, you know, fucking, like, have a good time with it, party with it. I was like, what do you want? He's like, yo, I never tried that deep dish. Give me some of that deep dish. And I was like, fucking right, you get some goddamn deep dish, you know what I mean? Like, having a good time with it, right? But I knew, like, first off, not only was I getting the dreaded Hawaiian, which they never have in stock, but also I was ordering the deep dish as well, like 3 pies and a deep dish on top of that. Like, there's no way they got that ready. Like, not this store especially. Like, there ain't no way they store got this fucking ready. You throwing mud in my eyes, bitch? Excuse me? Go get that one. I'm gonna start fucking searing this one. Roast them up something toasty. So I show up, and you know, I tell them what I want, and of course, as I suspected, it's just like, oh, you know, it'll be like 10-minute wait. I'm like, of course, you know, I knew that was coming. Prepared for it. I'll go around listen to some shit on Spotify, you know, like chill with it. No big deal. And so I'm gonna try to remember the story because it's been a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks to a month or two before since this happened, so I don't fully. Yeah, I'll try to remember all the details I can, but you know, I might miss some things, just so you know. Let's keep that in mind. Boop. Oh, I did not have this on my fucking weapon, like a scrub would not. Where is, I can't use that, don't want to use that, and not using that, so let's just enchant it real fast. Much up, I can't disenchant it much at the same time, that was kind of a mistake, but that's alright, it's fine. Ah, fuck, pop, baby, pop, baby. And so I go, I set a timer each time, so I make sure I come back as close to 10 minutes as possible. Because it's not worse than when someone's like, oh, it'll be like 8 or 10 minutes, they come back at 5, it's like, is it ready yet? It's like, I said fucking 10 to 12 minutes, you came back in like 4. Like, no, it's not ready yet. Are you fucking idiot. You know, just I hate that, so I don't want to be that person. So I'm just like, you know, set a timer, make sure I'm at least back around 10 to 12. Maybe even give them a little extra time, you know what I mean? So I come back at 10. I pull up and like, you know, hey, here's my receipt and whatnot. I'm here to pick up the pizza and shit. And the girl's like, okay, you know, I'll be right back and whatnot. And she goes back, and it comes back out, and it's just like, oh, hey, you know, it's still not ready. You're probably gonna be another 5 to 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, I mean, and let me explain what made this kind of a little bit more annoying than it probably would have been otherwise. Whoever was the architect, whoever was the contractor for this building and the drive-through of this building was a fucking moron. Okay? Can you follow me? It's like sandwiched, it's like this tiny fucking drive-through sandwiched between two buildings that is so close to a major city street that people turn into to get to a bunch of other buildings, not just Little C's, that they then have to that can only fit maybe 2 to 3 cars maximum in it before you're spilling out into all the other parking into the driveways for all the other parking lots and shit. Like, bruh, like, it's bad. So like people pull off from the street into here, and it's just like they're sitting behind 3 or 4 people that are waiting just to get into the fucking drive-through. And if you're coming from the other side, like, you have to zipper in between those people that are almost pulled out into the fucking street. It's just the stupidest fucking drive-through. Whatever dumbass designed it, like, should never do work anywhere ever again. But I digress. So that made it fucking annoying in its own right to deal with. But even that's like, okay, you know, still not ready yet, whatever, not mad yet, you know, I'm not pissed, or it's just a little like, ugh, fucking Little Caesars, what is it with me and Little Caesars, you know, a little miffed, but not mad, not upset, just like, okay, whatever, you know, like, you guys really need some new management, but it's fine, you know, you need someone who can come in here and just actually teach you how to do shit right, but fine, you know, and so I was like, okay. So I went, since it was only like 5, 8, 10 minutes, I can't remember how much it said, but I was just like, it took me that long just to get into the fucking drive-through alone. So I'm just gonna pull immediately back into the drive-through because otherwise it's gonna be longer. So I pulled in the drive-through. It took about 8 minutes to get back in. Like, that was just from getting into the drive-through to get back in took 8 minutes itself. It's such a shit drive-through. Anyways, we're just gonna kill these people for a while while we're discussing this, since we don't really have any other. I'm already telling him to attack. I don't know why I told him to attack again. God, this fucker's resisting everything, man. What the hell? Let's go for a sear to drain. Oof, we don't need a drain. Good thing we didn't drain, because we didn't need to anyway, so that's fine. Wanted to soul siphon. Next level we can get the Amplify Curse, which originally last season I was like, I don't really care for it, but then I did the math and I was like, actually that's a lot of damage increase. So okay, I'll take it, and it was actually decent. I just would often forget to use it. So I pull back through. It takes me 8 minutes to get through this piece of shit fucking drive-through. I'm gonna suffering real fast so I can get some dots on. Turn the aggro over here. See if we can double burn it. Yeah, we'll be able to shadow bolt, searing him down. Easy. Yep, absolutely. Let's drain him. Let's drain his fucking fucking life. And then I pull back in. And this is my, obviously, if you count at home, this is my third time being back into this, going through this drive-thru. And I pull up there. I was like, hey, me again. Here's the receipt. And they're like, okay, you know, I'll be right back with that. I was like, cool. And I see her leave the window. I can't really see her anymore at this point. And then I see her reappear looking around a little confused, and I was like, oh, this is not good. The immediate thought I had was like, oh, that's not good. And then she disappears again. It's like, you know, that moment you just get that sinking feeling. Getting a little bit that right now. And so she comes up. Oh no, he's gonna get it off. And then she comes back. She's like, hey, I'm sorry, but I guess someone gave, because I think it was a new girl at that point, because the first two interactions with the same girl, and then this third one was with a different girl. Someone took her spot or whatnot. She's like, hey, you know, I think someone gave you away it gave away your deep dish, specifically just the deep dish, to someone else. Like, it's like, we can give you a refund, or, you know, probably be another 10 minutes. And at that point I was just flabbergasted, man. I was upset. I was fucking annoyed for trying to get in that stupid ass drive-through 3 fucking times. And just like, I was just coming off work, and I was just like, I just want to get a pizza. Go home, record, relax, get to level 60. That was my goal on the day. On my paladin. It's like, I just want to go home, get to level 60. I just want to, like, record. I just want to chill out, dine on some pizza, some za, have some fucking awesome za. Like, fucking, are you kidding me? You know, I was just baffled, and I was just, you know, but even then, like, I never truly want to freak out on people who work like retail or you know, like fast food, or just like dead end 9-to-5 jobs, because, you know, I worked at Albertsons for a really long time, and I just saw human beings just treat you like you weren't human, like you weren't a person with feelings and thoughts and emotions and shit. And it's just like, I'm human too. Just because you have this disconnect from me, seeing me as just a worker and not actually a human being, doesn't mean I don't have thoughts and feelings and emotions and whatnot. Like, you shouldn't treat human beings like scum, like, just because they work at a job that you might not see as glamorous, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I'm any less of a human being than you. So I always try to never be angry. I'm usually a patient person in general, so I always try to treat these people with the utmost respect. But in this situation, my patience was being tested. Like, you know, everything was falling in the line of I am not amused. I am not okay right now with this whole scenario. Pretty upset, admittedly. But even in that, even with all that, oh, I gotta remember to drink. I wasn't gonna run myself ragged here. Like I did the first time I told the story. Fucking wore my throat the fuck out. Because I was not being smart enough to drink while talk. Talking. While talk. While talk. We drink. Let's see how much this increases by. +3. Hey. 3 extra health per tick for just having 3 dots on them. Not bad. Not fucking bad. And does that count? Is that just drain life? It's just drain life. But if I have siphon life on him, I will get more health from drain life in general. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm just pulling that one out. Anyways, there we go. I had a feeling this dude was gonna get frosty with me. Oh wow, even through Sephiroth. You fuck. Fuck face fucker. But yeah, even through all that, I was just like, okay, fine, whatever. And so I just pulled off and waited again. Waited 10 fucking minutes, and then that was the point where I was just like first off, like, I don't understand how I've never worked. To be fair, I have never worked at a Little Caesars. I've never worked at a pizza shop. Okay, never worked at a pizza shop. And I understand, like, looking in the window, it looks like they could only fit like 4. At least I thought it was 4 because they only have like 4 slots. But I think there's a side on the other side, or they can push the 4 in to get 2 sets in there. So I think they can do like 4 to 8 pizzas at a time. So I understand it's a little bit of a smaller shop on a busy city. I get that, but like if I was a manager there, 2 things would have happened in that moment. Well, 2 things in general. One, just generally how I would work at Little Caesars differently than other people is that, like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they already do it this way, but it just doesn't feel like it based off of every time I'm there and they don't have shit ready. But it's like, even if you have a smaller oven and you can't do as much, like, you should have everything ready to go. You should try to have the warmer stocked with a variety and pretty much like pop 4 pizzas in, immediately make 4 more, have them ready to go. Second those come out, boom, 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 throw more in, get the other ones ready to go, boom, 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 boom. You know, just constant rotation, go, 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 go. Like, there shouldn't be no stopping. You should have that fucker completely packed full to the brim of pizza at every moment that you can. And I understand that's hard to do when people are coming in buying like 4 to 6 pizzas at a time, like one after the other, and I get that, but that's why you have to get that smart rotation going. You have to try to think what's gonna be what's someone gonna come in and buy next, and you just gotta fucking stock your warmer to the brim with that shit. Like, you gotta go, 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 man. You gotta be smarter than your customers are gonna order, you know what I mean? You don't have a choice, otherwise you're gonna be there constantly like, oh yeah, we don't have any of that again, oh sorry, you know. But also, if I was and I would hope that I would be totally okay, because I understand that this lady that was at the front probably was not a manager. She looked like a teenager. I assume she was not a manager. I hope she was not a manager as a teenager. But I understand she wasn't a manager, and I understand that they probably have different policies than what we have at our store. For us, it's just like, you know, what we sell is not expensive, just like what they sell is. Pizza's not very expensive. Like, dough is cheap as fucking shit. Pasta sauce, marinara sauce is cheap as fucking shit. Pepperoni in general is not super expensive, but it's not really cheap. But like everything that's used to make everything about the pizza except for the cheese itself, the cheese is definitely expensive. Let's see if we can burn this guy down before he can heal himself. Damn it. Fuck you. Let's get some dots on the other one real fast. I'm gonna pop my stone here. What the we're gonna have to fear this one. We don't have a choice. Because he's just wailing. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that attracts them. Yep. We're running, buddy. Sorry. This is where I say no, my brother. No. We pulled it just a tad bit too many there. I think we'll just start killing on the way back home. I think that's the play here. Yeah, I'm done with those healing fucks. Anyways. But yeah. So not only that, but also in that situation, like I totally support any of my workers to make this decision without even having to ask me. and I would never reprimand them for it. However, um, um, like, I understand that that might not be their policy, and so she could have gotten in trouble for doing something like that or whatnot. Me personally, if I was working and someone came in and had to wait for something, even if it wasn't twice, like even if it was just once, even if just a one and done instance of someone came in, I was like, hey, can I get this pretzel, whatever. They're like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be like a 10-minute wait, is that okay? And they're like, oh yeah, we'll come back. And if they would have came back and would have been like, hey, you know, if ever I would have heard, if I was rolling or whatever, and I would have heard this, or if I was the one up the front, whatever the situation may have fucking been, if I would have heard someone say like, hey, you know, come around like, hey, like, you know, where is this person's this and whatnot, for like, oh, I made him put it in there. Someone's like, oh, I gave that away. If that were to ever happen, which it usually doesn't, but I have heard that it has happened before. It's a very rare occurrence, but it has occurred at least once before, from what my manager just told me, because I told him about this story, because I live with him. I live with my manager. So I told him about this when I came home, and he was like, oh yeah, no, that's happened. That's happened before. But even if that did happen, I personally would have gone over and be like, hey, you know, that's, I mean, in my opinion, that's completely unacceptable. Someone had to wait for something, and then you gave it away, so they would have to wait again. Like, no, like that is completely unacceptable. And I would have come like, hey, you know, that is absolutely okay. Like, not okay. Like, if you want to wait for it again, like, I'm gonna refund your whole order, and you're getting all of it for free. If you want to wait again, you can get it all for free. Like, you know, like, I'm so sorry about that. That should never happen. You know, I would have given it away for free, 100%. I would have been like, that's completely unacceptable. Just take it. Like, we'll make it again for you. It'll all come out fresh, all free. I'm refunding your money right now, whether you know, whether you wait for it or not. Like that's beyond unacceptable, and you shouldn't have to. You should that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? That's what I would have done as a manager. Would have immediately been like, yeah, no, that's free. And even when I told my manager that, he's like, yeah, no, absolutely, that would have been the point. That's exactly what you should have done. That's exactly what I would expect you to do. You know? He's like, absolutely. And I was just like that's just again, that's just so unbelievably unacceptable. But I understand the pizza is a little bit more expensive. Not very, to be fair, but a little bit more expensive. And it's like, whatever. So I came back. Fourth time, by the way, fourth time coming into this goddamn fucking drive-through. After I was just like, okay, whatever, sure, fine. I just left, and I was fucking fuming in my car, dude. I was pretty pissed. I was just like, I just want to go home and eat pizza. Like, why is it so hard just to get pizza from this fucking pizza store? Like, what the fuck? Someone in here should be fired. Like, what the shit? Because it's not just because of one instance. It's just because every time I come here is a problem. Like, how has someone not been fired at? You know what I mean? Oop, I'm going the wrong direction. So I come back the fourth time, and finally by the fourth time they recognized me, which I would hope that they would. The other times they did not recognize me. But finally by the fourth fucking time they recognized me, and I was like, hey, here you go. They just handed the fucking receipt, and she went off to get it. And I was thinking in my head, like I swear to fuck, if you come back here and even start since like, hey, you know, any kind of like a oops tone in your voice, I'll just be like, don't even finish that sentence. Like, I need to talk to your manager. like these bitches, like, not because they're women, just all of them in there, male, female, whatever. These bitches got me like pretty much sent me into was about to send me into full Karen mode. Like, I was about to go full Karen mode in their ass. It's just like, this is unacceptable. I need to talk to the fucking manager. Luckily, came back with my pizzas, and to her credit, the girl was at least nice enough to be like, hey, you know, come out immediately with like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. Like, easily, I definitely could have seen any of these teenagers being like, oh, here's your stuff, have a good day. You know, not even caring about the fact that this is my 4th fucking time coming back in this drive-thru. Like, she at least came out and did everything where I was just like, hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Like, would you like a free drink to go with that and whatnot? And like, I have like 6 or 7 fucking boxes of soda, packed full of soda at home. It's like, I don't really want to drink. Like, well, you can be like, hey, you want some free fucking crazy bread or something? I'd be like, yeah, throw that shit on, but like, free drink, like, I don't really fucking give a shit about drink. I didn't say anything, honestly, but I think it looks. Oh yeah, yeah. Take the to master whatever in the Undercity. I would be happy to. I'm pretty sure I got level 26 abilities, but I'm not like super sure. You know, so like, I don't know. 4 bars in, not bad. Not bad. So we'll go turn that in while we're finishing up.
I'm listening.
This combo here. But then I came home, and even when I was driving home, because I told my roommate, yeah, I can go pick up some za and whatnot, and he even texted me, because I was at this place for like 45 minutes just trying to get pizza, man. Like anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes just trying to fucking get pizza, and it's like maximum maybe a 7-minute drive from the house, anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes away from the house we live in right now. Like, we live right next to this major street, and it's not very far away from us. So I've been gone for almost an hour, because I believe I also went over to a store nearby to pick up my Amazon package. Which was stuff for work. I got a scraper and a spoon that I wanted to use at work. So, so I had been gone for almost an hour with those 2 events, and my friend was just like, "Hey man, you when do you think you're gonna be back?" And of course, I was just like, it was like 5 minutes, and like I'm on my way home, because at that point I was on my way home when he texted me that. But I was just like, I'm literally like, I could see our apartment complex, but not in 5 minutes, like 3 minutes, I think is what I said. But yeah. And so when I came in, he's like, man, gone for a while. I was gonna like send a search party after you. I was just like, oh man, let me fucking tell you. Let me fucking tell you. He's like, oh shit. So I told him the whole story, man, and then I was like, okay, I got my pizza here. And I flipped it open. This is what makes me think, because also my roommate's just like, maybe they're training people, and I'm thinking like, I hope so, because after I flipped open that pizza, I was just looking at it, I was like, huh. But I didn't want to say anything because I was already bitching my ass off about the interactions I had at this fucking store. But luckily I didn't have to. Like, my roommate was like on top of this. I was like, man, that pizza doesn't really look any good. It's like, you know what? I didn't want to be the one to say it. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I honestly think that, they don't, like, they just don't understand. They don't have a system for measuring yeast or something. Or just didn't put in any or enough into this bread, but like it was like flat, like paper thin crust, And I didn't order no thin crust because they don't got that there that I know of. And it just like it wasn't even cut. It was like almost all just one connected mass, and it was just like I was just like, you have got to be shitting me. I mean, I ate it all and it was fine. It tasted fine. It was just like it was almost like the equivalent if they just after doing that just took a shit and put it in the box. It was just like, here you go. It was just like, are you? It was like, this is like insult to injury at this point. It's like, are you? Like, really? Like, are you serious? Oh man, it was bad, y'all. It was bad.
Watch your back.
Oh man, was it bad?
Speak quickly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so we got that other. I just want to make sure it didn't crash after that happened, because you never know it could. I'm assuming that's it's a little 30, so once we get to 28, these two will open up. That one's not gonna open up fucking ever. It's like 35, 40, yeah, 40, yeah. So pretty much it's just like, I'm not going back to that Little Caesars. Like, I'll spend the extra like $2 to $4 to go to fucking Papa Murph's, which tastes a million times better. Anyways, I don't care if to bake it myself. Like, it tastes so good. I love Little Caesars. Or not Little Caesars. I love Papa Murphy's, man. Papa Murphy's tastes like fucking quality, dude. Tastes so good. A lot of people like count it out immediately. It's like, well, you have to go home and bake it. And it's like, I don't fucking care if it took an hour to bake. Like, it tastes like they actually make it with fresh ingredients. I don't think they do, but it tastes like they do, and I'll take that any day of the year. You know what I mean? Like, it actually feels like if you made a pizza yourself, what it would actually take. It tastes like if you actually bought like cheese and grated it yourself. If you actually bought salami and chopped it up, you know, and turn it into pepperoni or something. I don't know, you bought actual pepperoni and whatnot yourself, and if you tossed the dough and prepared it yourself and whatnot, actually taste fucking delicious. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go to Papa Murphy's. Fuck Little Caesars. Little Caesars can go fuck itself. Oh my god. It was not fun, man. It was not a good experience. I did not have a good time. So I've gotten all my 26ers, right? Yep. Shit. Sure seems that way. Yep, I've got all my spells. Okay. Wanted to make sure that I did, because sometimes I don't, and I'm like, I'll do it later, and then I forget, and then it's later, and it's like, ah, shit. So, yeah, Little Caesars, you done fucked up. Like, I'm fucking done with your bitch ass. Like, fuck you. Because it hasn't just been one. It's mostly been one store, but it hasn't just been one store. It's been at least two. I never really had a problem with Little Caesars. The one that was right by where I went to college at. But then again, it was a very small town, so like, it's not like they were super busy at any point. But still, you know, I never had a problem with. But these other two places that I've lived, man, like, fuck. Like, bullshit. What time is it? Okay. Well, we still got some time. I can go futz around on my my druid. Try to maybe get to level. Maybe if maybe I don't know if I can do it in an hour, but try to get closer to 63. I'm around halfway to 63, so we'll see what we can do with the time given to me. But I definitely want to go to bed soonish because I am relatively tired. Not like super tired, but relatively tired. We got all this bear meat. We really should do something with it, but whatever. Stoner 2. It's not really a major city, but that's fine. Oh man. Oh my god. Got the elixir. Not that over here. I don't really need the healing potions. So I'll probably sell those. Boop and boop. Bizoop. Pop that over here. We could definitely use some more bags for my season 4 character. So we'll probably try to work on that. Silk headband. Earthen vest. Is there anything good here? Yeah, not until mage weave stuff, really. I also don't think I'm high enough for that. Yeah, I definitely want that bad boy. That bad boy would be nice. Pantaloons. That's got. Yeah, these are the good stuff here. The mage weave for my season 4 character, for sure. Because all that intellect and spirit is exactly what I'm looking for. And just damage increase in general. It's not horrible. Obviously, I mean, who doesn't love a damage increase? Yeah, that's some good damage increase right there. Yeah, it's great damage increase. Mage Weave gonna be the good shit right there. Mage Weave gonna be the good shit right there. But that's not what we're here for. Oh, I do have heavy leather, but I don't have it on me. Let me go look. Buy that. So yeah, man. Like, seriously. I know this is kind of like the thing where like some people have had like issues with like Subway and whatnot. Like people have been like, oh man, like Subway just sucks and stuff. And I was just like, what's the Subways like in your guys' town? Like I've never once had a problem with Subway-ish. Actually, I actually have. It's just one Subway to be specific. I don't know if that counts. But there actually, now that I do think about it, there has been one Subway that's been pretty shit. But we'll talk about that here in a second. 30 fucking 4. Ugh. Anyways, but yeah, the Subway I usually go to, the good Subway, because there's like 2 Subways around. There's a good Subway and the shit Subway. Though the shit Subway hasn't fucked up in the last 3 or 4 times that I used it, to be fair. But they do have a history of fuck up. I want to actually dump these off. Real fast. Real fast, like. Boom. And God, I'm like stocked full of this shit, man. I got too many of these. Only 7,000 gold? Why? That doesn't even... Well, I mean, that's pretty great DPS for a one-handed sword, to be fair. But why? No stats on it whatsoever. Like, besides an extra hit. That's... Was he at like 7,000 though? Like... That's a 2.6 attack. That's an attack speed of a two-handed weapon on a one-handed weapon. Why? Who would pay 7,000 for that? Like, no, I'm good. The fucking shit. Anyways, let's try to burn through some of our greens here first. Okay, let's build all that. Let's see if we can get a point or 2 up in here. I'm hoping. Here we go, 1 point. Hey, we at least got 1 point. It was worth it in the end. 2 points. Ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Slap, slap, 2 point. Gotta put on a goddamn clinic. 3 points. Get. Oh. Oh no. Good thing the puff guard's here. It fucking gleeked all over my fucking. All over the puff guard of my microphone. Get fucking wrecked is what I was gonna say. Get fucking wrecked. Alright, we'll use the rest of the 5. Or nothing on the heavy woolen here. Heavy woolen. Ooh, and it smiled back upon my body. Gorgeous. Glorious. We don't really need those. was pretty nice. That was pretty neat. 22. Just trying to think of my other character real fast. I definitely want to make these 3, so let's look what we need here. Not only the pants. These 3, not 3, those 2 at least. Those are wizard and spider silk. Yeah. So I need 2, 4. I just need 4. So I need to keep 4. Beep. That's the exact opposite. Alright, so we have 7s to fucks with, which means we can make 2 of these. That's good. So let's make 2 packs. Real fast. Boom. And a bazoom. Bounce. Awesome. 161. We can make that and that. Nothing really special. Not really special at all. Yeah, we get Mage Weave at 75. We're almost already kind of out of silk, which is crazy how small silk is. I'm sure we get to keep working with it afterwards, but okay. Well, we can send those 2 over. Still want to sell that. Alrighty.
Watch your back.
So yes, that was the great Little Caesars debacle that occurred. And the reason why I do not want to go to Little Caesars, unless I have no other option, which I didn't have yesterday, unfortunately, because I was like coming home at like 10 o'clock at night after work, and it was just like, I don't think any other pizza chains are open right now, so didn't really have an option. But I went up and was just like, okay, I'm gonna give it to you nice and easy. Just give me a fucking pepperoni. Can you at least handle that? And they were able to. But if they were just like, oh, we don't have any pepperoni, I would have just been like, what's in your warmer? Like, what do you have in your warmer? I'll just take whatever the fuck's in your warmer. Like, what do you have in there? It's like, oh, we have I don't know, whatever other. I don't know what they have. I would say they had a deep dish or something. Like, oh, we got a deep dish. Like, fine, I'll take it. Just one of those. Just like whatever the fuck you useless fucks have. Just kidding. Oh fuck. Let's send those 2 over to her. Wonderful. But luckily they had a pepperoni, so I didn't have to be like, oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? And speaking of which, why I say I don't think they know how to have any kind of accurate measurement for their yeast is like, you know, the other one was flat. Well, I brought it home, and apparently my roommate was like, oh hey, I got Little yeast too. I was like, oh cool. So I opened his, and his was kind of like flat looking. It was just like, and I opened mine, looked at mine was fucking big and thick as a motherfucker. I was just like, it was like huge, man. And I was just like, huh. Like I liked it, by the way. It was awesome. It was good. It was just so weird how inconsistent they are. It was from the same place. Maybe an hour or 2 in between. And it's like I don't think you guys know how to proportion out your dough and yeast. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next time.